A really momentous moment in the world of cryptocurrencies is discussed in today's video. Congress is on the verge of radically upsetting the SEC's long-standing legal struggle against Ripple, which might result in the legalization of XRP within the next 3 days. This earthquake in political affairs is not only the result of wishful thinking or guesswork. A confidential letter from the White House that was just made available to the public serves as the basis for this. Per the document, Congress is exerting significant pressure on the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to dismiss all charges against Ripple this week. And the rising position of XRP as the official digital dollar bridge in the United States is the main cause behind this urgent legislative maneuver. This concept alludes to the possibility for XRP to become the major digital asset, using blockchain technology to bridge the gap between the US dollar and other cryptocurrencies. This would effectively modernize the financial infrastructure and make it possible to make rapid and seamless transfers across international borders. The House Financial Services Committee held an emergency session during which they voted unanimously 52-0 to safeguard XRP from further regulatory onslaught. This momentous outcome is the result of this emergency session. With such a strong decision, a rare and bipartisan consensus has been reached about the necessity of protecting innovation in digital assets from antiquated regulatory frameworks that have the potential to hinder advancement. The action taken by the committee conveys a very strong message to the SEC. You are required to immediately cease and desist your persecution of Ripple, or else you will be subject to legislative penalties that will significantly diminish your jurisdiction over digital assets. In light of the fact that politicians appear to be willing to embrace blockchain technology and incorporate it into national economic strategy, rather than treating it as a danger, this signals a turning moment in the evolution of cryptocurrency legislation. A recent leak of testimony provided by Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell behind closed doors, in which he purportedly labeled XRP as key infrastructure, has contributed to the political momentum that has been gaining recent traction. A remark of this nature coming from the President of the Federal Reserve is not only revolutionary, but it also signifies the official acknowledgement of Ripple's technology as being essential to the stability and modernization of the financial system. XRP is being positioned by top government officials as a trustworthy bridge asset that is capable of expediting transfers between existing fiat currencies and new digital currencies. This is in contrast to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which continue to be under examination. A whistleblower reward of $10 million is being offered for tangible proof that exposes malfeasance inside the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) in relation to the Ripple litigation. This disclosure has further intensified the tension around this issue. This indicates that lawmakers and regulators themselves are conducting investigations into possible instances of wrongdoing or undue influence inside the SEC, which has added to the extended uncertainty that has been associated with the legal system. This whistleblower campaign puts pressure to the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to dismiss its case as quickly as possible, as failing to do so might result in significant harm to the SEC's image as well as intervention from Congress. When taken as a whole, these developments offer a picture of a regulatory agency that is on the defensive, fighting a losing struggle against political forces who are desperate to legitimize XRP and foster innovation. When seen from the perspective of an investor, this tectonic shift in the law might unlock extraordinary potential for holders of XRP. Under the assumption that the SEC would dismiss all charges and that regulatory certainty will be restored, analysts are now forecasting that the price of XRP might skyrocket to $250 by the month of July. In light of fundamental considerations, this positive price objective has been established. Once XRP is legally categorized as being outside the framework of securities, it is probable that institutional money that has been sitting on the sidelines or being cautious will begin to stream in, which will drive up demand and liquidity. Ripple's network activity is continuing to expand, which indicates that the cryptocurrency is being adopted in a healthy manner. Technical indications already suggest at favorable accumulation stages. It is possible that the effects of political support and technical strength working together might produce the ideal conditions for a historic price rebound, which would be beneficial to early investors who are able to persevere through the uncertainties. In addition to the price movement, the consequences for the whole cryptocurrency ecosystem as well as the banking system in the United States are quite significant. It is becoming increasingly apparent that Congress is coming to the realization that blockchain technology is not only a passing fad, but rather a fundamental breakthrough that has to be included into the architecture of the government. The United States government is creating the framework for the adoption of digital assets at the highest levels by formally supporting Xrp as a digital dollar bridge. It is possible that this may result in the incorporation of Xrp into government payment systems, collaborations with large banks, and perhaps a part in the creation and deployment of central bank digital currencies, also known as CBDCs. This kind of institutional adoption would result in a significant rise in the use and demand of Xrp, therefore establishing its position as a worldwide financial instrument. To put this into perspective, the legal safeguards that are currently being drafted are not merely about Ripple winning a court action, rather they are about establishing the regulatory precedent for how digital assets will be treated in the United States of America for the next several decades. If Xrp is successful, it will be a win for the financial industry in terms of innovation, transparency, and modernization. It indicates that traditional monetary systems and digital currencies may live with one another if they are regulated in a way that is both clear and helpful. It is possible that this may inspire the success of other initiatives, which will in turn attract further investment and drive greater use of blockchain technology across sectors. The timing of these events is another crucial factor to take into consideration. It would appear that the United States government is motivated to protect its leading position in the digital economy in light of the growing geopolitical tensions, economic uncertainties, and continued change of the global financial system, all of which are occurring simultaneously. The position of Xrp as a bridge currency is well aligned with these strategic objectives, since it provides faster and more affordable money transfers across international borders while still adhering to regulatory requirements. At a time when digital currencies and decentralized finance are seeing fast growth, this might be of assistance to the United States dollar in maintaining its dominant position. To summarize the leaked White House document, the unanimous legislative vote, Powell's testimony, and the discoveries made by whistleblowers combined constitute the greatest bullish trigger in the history of Xrp. The extended legal struggle that the SEC has been engaged in is getting closer to its conclusion, as political powerhouses are uniting behind Ripple's agenda. Xrp's potential to become the official digital bridge currency of the United States of America heralds the beginning of a new age of cryptocurrency adoption that is supported by the highest levels of government. As a result, investors have the potential to ride a wave that has never been seen before, as regulatory certainty enables mass institutional capital to be released. When politicians and regulators collaborate to welcome development, it is a confirmation for the cryptocurrency community that innovation emerges victorious. Staying informed and having a comprehensive understanding of the wider importance of what is taking place is absolutely necessary as this story continues to develop over the next several days and weeks. A paradigm change is currently taking place in the political and financial spheres, which has the potential to rethink the manner in which digital assets are controlled, embraced, and incorporated into the economy of the entire world. At the heart of this shift is Xrp, which is poised to transition from a coin that has been met with controversy to a fundamental component of the future of banking. It is imperative that you pay careful attention to this moment, whether you are an Xrp holder, a crypto enthusiast, or simply intrigued about the future of blockchain technology. We are grateful that you took the time to view this in-depth analysis of one of the most significant events in cryptocurrency legislation. Please subscribe to receive